Welcome back to Reflect. My name is Brendan. Donald Trump went on to Fox and Friends this morning and let slip that he was on his way to meet with Rupert Murdoch, the head of Fox News, to try to convince him how he should run his network in the 2.5 weeks before Election Day.
Give us some time.
You know what the event I have now?
No.
A very big event. I'm going to see Rupert Murdoch.
Okay.
That's a big event. I don't know if he's thrilled that I say it.
Please tell him we all said thank you.
I'm going to tell him something very simple because I can't talk to anybody else about it. Don't put on negative commercials for 21 days. Don't put them. And don't put on their horrible people that come and lie. I'm going to say, Rupert, please do it this way.
Right.
This is a presidential candidate who for years has talked about the fake news, has called MSNBC, MSDNC. Going and meeting with Rupert Murdoch to try to convince him that he needs to stop having people on who are going to criticize him. He needs to stop running negative ads against Trump. I mean, these poor Fox viewers who are just simply sheep being eaten by the wolves, the foxes, the executives, the Donald Trumps. These poor people have no idea what's going on. Donald Trump is even telling these people that he's trying to eat them alive, and they just don't seem to care. I mean, it's a pretty bold strategy for Donald Trump to basically admit that he's working with Fox News to try to control their network. I mean, he also, in this same segment, let slip that some of his jokes from the Al Smith dinner that were terrible, by the way, were actually written by people from Fox News.
Your material was real funny. Who wrote it? Who helped you with it?
Well, I've had a lot of people helping. A couple of people from Fox, actually. I shouldn't say that, but they wrote some jokes. And for the most part, I didn't like any of them. But
Did you see some highlights? I think you did great.
Go ahead.
Watch.
Roll tape.
Catholic Church, you're helping the poor, educating children, and supporting the vulnerable. But if you really wanted Vice President Harris to accept your invitation, I guess you should have told her the funds were going to bail out the looters and rioters in Minneapolis, and she would have been here, guaranteed she would have been here. Guaranteed. It's a true pleasure to be with you this evening. Amazing pleasure. And these days, it's really a pleasure anywhere in New York without a subpoena for my appearance. Anytime I don't get a subpoena, I'm very happy. But unfortunately, Governor Walz isn't here himself, but don't worry, he'll say that he was. He's going to say he was. But I have to be careful, however, to understand that this will be the first time in the history of this event where jokes will be fact-checked, and they will be. All polls are indicating I'm leading big with the Catholic vote, as I should be, But I don't think Kamala has given up yet. She hasn't. Instead of attending tonight, she's in Michigan receiving communion from Gretchen Whitmer.
Now, before we get into what Donald Trump said about Kamala Harris at his Fox and Friends appearance, let's take a quick break to hear from our sponsor of this video, Aura.com, a cybersecurity firm who I've partnered with to give you a special 2-week free trial. So go to Aura.com/reflect to sign up. Today's video is sponsored by Aura, an online security company that I am incredibly proud to be partnering with to bring you a better sense of security online. Because recently, hackers may have stolen every American's social security number. These stolen records include a person's full name, their address, their date of birth, their phone number, and members of this hacking group have released all of the information online for free. So if you weren't taking precautions with your personal information online before, this should be the time to take action, because you've never been more vulnerable than you are right now. But I'm not too worried because I've recently started using Aura. Aura that tracks my public information, including my social security number, across billions of data points online, including the dark web and public court records in case of identity theft. They also provide you a bunch of other features to keep you safe online, all inside a very easy to use app. You can go to aura.com/reflect to get 2 weeks free, which will give Aura plenty of time to see if any of your personal records have been leaked online. Why wait for another national public data breach to secure your online information? So be sure to go now to aura.com/reflect to get your 2 weeks free. So getting back to Donald Trump's appearance on Fox and Friends, after Donald Trump blurted out that the Fox writers wrote his Al Smith dinner speech, he then went on to attack Kamala Harris as the candidate of misinformation and disinformation. He then said that Kamala's staff, 95% of them have quit, which is just a complete lie. And I'm kind of wondering, I was thinking to myself, why is he doing this? And then I remembered, oh yeah, it's 95% of Donald Trump's cabinet that don't want him to win this election. So of course he has to go out there and pull the wool over the Fox viewers, the sheep's eyes.
Mr. President, why do you think she missed it? There's a lot of theories.
Okay, I think that she's not competent. I don't want to say this kind of stuff, but we can't live with this. We're not going to be able to live
So you
with
don't
it.
think she's funny?
I don't think she's funny. I don't look her staff. She's got 5% of her staff stayed with her. 95% quit. If that happened to me, I'd be front page of every. Nobody likes her. Nobody wants to be with her. And I only say this. I don't like even saying it, but we can't have her as a president. She's a Marxist. We're not ready for a Marxist. Do you agree with that, Nancy?
I do agree with you.
Trump and Fox and Friends also tried to criticize Kamala Harris for not showing up to the Al Smith dinner, even though she filmed a video and posted it. Her and Molly Shannon did a pretty funny video for the dinner. Wasn't anything great. But you know who they didn't criticize? Donald Trump for not showing up to the 60 Minutes interview or the second debate or the White House Correspondents' Dinner for all 4 years when he was president of the United States. So Trump and Fox here working together to, again, like I said, pull the wool over their viewers, the sheep's eyes. And if you're a Fox viewer, I mean, you've got to, I don't know how you can watch this and think to yourself that these people have your best interest in mind. Let me know what your thoughts are on Trump's appearance on Fox and Friends this morning. Share your reflections down in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe if you're brand new to Reflect Politics. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.